everybody, I'm Akasha Wolf, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the High Priestess. And this is, of course, another Tarot Tuesday. Before we get started, this video is being sponsored by Gnoce. Now, Gnoce is a awesome jewelry company that reached out to me so that way I could collaborate with them in bringing this to you guys. And for those of you who don't know, I have a major addiction to Pandora bracelets or any type of charm bracelet, which you have seen in previous videos before and stuff that I've talked about. But this company I've been following for a long time, and I've been wanting so many of their charms for a long time. I've just been in that position where it's been like, I don't know about the size and stuff, because you can't really tell when you see this stuff online if it's going to be the right fit for your bracelet or if it's compatible at all with the bracelets that you already have. And they were so awesome to reach out to me, and it was like the biggest deal to me. And they actually ended up sending me this awesome bracelet, and it is a charm bracelet, and they sent me a Jack Skellington charm for it, which when it comes to Pandora, you cannot really find any of these types of charms. Gnoce really reaches out to all of us nerds out there who enjoy anime and like Ghibli studios and stuff like that. Like, they have a charm for just about everything. So even if you're not interested in getting a brand new charm bracelet, but you want to add to your charm bracelet with charms that you can't really find from companies like Pandora or Soulfeel, check out Gnoce. On their website, they do have stainless steel bracelets, which means you have a cheaper option when it comes to your charm bracelet. And they also have the silver bracelets along with the gold plated bracelets. So they have many options out there for you, and they are more affordable, which is really great for those of us who don't have that much money in our pocket. Right now, they have a really big, awesome deal going on. With your purchase, you receive a free charm bracelet, and they have a deal of buy 3, get 1 free for the pre-Black Friday sale. So I hope you guys do check them out, and if you do decide to purchase from them, you can use this code in order to receive 15% off your purchase. But yeah, you guys, please go check out Gnoce, check out their Instagram, give them a big shout out from the Wolf Pack. Don't forget, you can do a heart emoji and the wolf and a heart so that you can let them know that you're from the Wolf Pack. So let's get started in this video, you guys, and let's talk about the High Priestess. All right, you guys, so when it comes to the Major Arcana, there are so many cards in the Major Arcana that I love so much. And the Minor Arcana has a lot of very interesting cards with a lot of interesting meanings, but for the most part, the Major Arcana just holds these really big picture type of cards, meaning that their meanings are very deep and they represent something really big. And I feel like the Minor Arcana kind of adds the little details to the story. So to me, the Major Arcana is the big picture, and then the Minor Arcana are, the pieces of the puzzle to this big puzzle, you know what I mean? Now, when it comes to the High Priestess, I have a good connection with this card, which you've heard me say about the previous cards, but I've had some crazy things come true through this card, like stuff that this card itself on its own has represented and told me that has had happen in people's lives that have blown me away. This is an extremely like psychic card in a sense, because when this card shows up, this represents a very strong woman, like feminine energy that it's so strong of a woman that it almost feels masculine, but it's a woman type of thing. Like, the energy you receive from this card is very much that. And this card can represent a person in your life. It doesn't only have to just have the meaning of like what the card can mean in any of the books you may read, but this is a woman who that she knows a lot. She has that natural intuition. She's very psychic. She receives information all the time. Like, it just comes to her. And it's like that person who can look and analyze a situation and just know what's going to happen. She knows the outcomes. And when she looks at you, it kind of sets you back a little bit, because in her eyes, you feel like she sees right through you. That like if you were to lie to her, she would know exactly what you were lying about. You know that you cannot basically bring one over on her. She will know and she will be ready. That is what this card represents. That's just the pure energy from this card that I see whenever I see this card. She's knowing, she's strong, she is psychic, intuitive, powerful. That is what I see in the High Priestess. That is the High Priestess. Now, something that is pointed out a lot with the High Priestess is that you have the two pillars in the background that can represent yin and yang, and then the crescent moon is very important and big in this card. It is very much tied to moon energy. So before I keep going and talking all kinds of stuff because of how passionate I am about tarot cards, let's get into certain things you need to know about this card. Magical uses. When it comes to magic and your craft, we can use tarot cards within our practice. So you can include tarot cards in mojo bags and other things like that. You could also just have the card nearby when you are trying to focus your energy on something in particular. One of the main things when it comes to the High Priestess, when you want to provide basically some help to yourself for the most part. So if you want to see the truth, if you feel like someone is lying to you and you want eyes to be opened or the truth to be seen, this is the perfect card to use within that type of spell. It's also really good for kind of giving you those psychic dreams. You can sleep with the High Priestess card under your pillow to help provide you with psychic dreams that will provide you with answers to your question. So if you guys want me to kind of do some spells with tarot cards, please let me know down in the description below, or the comments below, so that I can organize something like that for you guys. But when it comes to magical uses, that is the #1 magical use for the High Priestess. Now let's get into elements. The element for the High Priestess is water. Something that is said when it comes to the description of the High Priestess is in the background you have water, basically. She has this veil, and then like there's water, and then the veil becomes water. But you will see different representations of this in different cards and artwork when it comes to the tarot. Chakra is the sacral and the third eye. These are the chakras that are very much connected to your psychic abilities, your intuition, that gut, kind of feeling kind of thing going on. And those are the chakras that you kind of want to have balanced, along with a couple of others that help open up your intuition and your abilities. And that is why that this represents the chakra for this card. And of course, the planet for this card is the moon. And I think that one was a dead giveaway. It's something you are going to see continuously in all the artwork of all the cards that represent the High Priestess. And stones that you can keep with this card or use in your spells that you decide you want to do with this card would be moonstone, lapis lazuli, and labradorite. Again, all very psychic stones that really help enhance those abilities and natural intuition. Now, let's get into the meanings of the High Priestess upright. Upright, you have knowledgeable, inner intuition. You have strong energy, even strong feminine energy, and psychic abilities, and seeing the secrets. When you do receive this card in your reading, you want to know to be very aware and to follow your gut feeling. Don't try to listen to what everyone else is saying. Stick to what you feel within you. Reverse is basically the opposite of the upright meaning, but there's also selfishness, closed-mindedness, ignoring your psychic abilities, and also being very bad at decision making, like not taking the time to basically get your stuff situated. Whenever you come up to a decision, you're always second guessing everything, and that's what this card can very much represent. It can also represent a type of person who just absolutely refuses to see your side of a story or to see your information for the most part. So like, let's say you are providing legitimate information and this person just absolutely refuses to accept any of this or even think to hear you out. Like, if it's not their way, They want nothing to do with it at all. All right, you guys, let's take a closer look at the High Priestess in multiple tarot card forms. All right, everybody. So here we have is the High Priestess in about 6 different decks and what they look like in these different decks. Here we have a dragon deck, and this one is an angel deck, mermaid deck, and this is that like really crazy awesome artwork one that I have that is really hard to find. So this one is, I think it's like a celestial deck or something. I forgot what this one was, but I will have it down in the description below. And then this one is Haunted House Tarot that I absolutely love. But as you can see in most of these cards, the High Priestess is represented as a woman and very like feminine energy. Now, something that is not very common in the meaning of the High Priestess is pregnancy. I believe that there is a meaning for fertility because, you know, like water and everything like that. But this card here is one of my main cards when it comes to pregnancy. When this card shows up for like my readings, it is something that is coming. And I have given someone a reading before and told them this same thing. I've told them that they were going to get pregnant, and they are very familiar with my readings and they believe me. So they were trying to take extra steps to avoid getting pregnant, and they still got pregnant because the cards they weren't kidding. And if you look here, I kind of rearrange things really quick, but if you look right here, in my reading, this section stood out to me the most. The way that her stomach is to me seems like a pregnancy. And that was the energy I kept getting. And that's what this represents to me, is that. And that's how it showed itself to me. So when you're doing your readings, you keep your eyes open. You just look and you just let your mind be clear and see what comes into it. What catches your eye in this card? And what caught mine was this stomach area. And it just kept seeing pregnancy. And the thing is when it comes to the card, you always see her holding something in her hand. And it is something that says tarot on it. So she is a psychic. She is smart. She knows the tarot. She's a high energy within the tarot. This could also mean to you, or what could also mean to me, is someone keeping a pregnancy a secret. Now, I know I shouldn't dive too deep into this part of the explanation of the High Priestess because that's not like the main meaning, but in my readings, to me, when I get it with this deck, that is what I see. This is my main deck, the mermaid deck. But when it comes to that, I enjoy working with angel decks as well. So I did end up purchasing this deck. It has both angels, mermaids, fairies, and everything. So it's kind of like a combination of most of the decks I'd like to use. And just pay attention though, like look at the tiny things in the background. Like right here, you can see she has lights at her hands. This could mean her power, her energy, the control that she has. You can see in her face how like kind she is. This is a very kind woman. And then here she kind of looks lost in thought. And then in this card, what do you see? You see that woman I told you about, the woman who will look you right in the eyes and know everything about you, or know when you're lying to her and you can't get away with nothing. That is what you see here in her face. I think this is a very good representation of the High Priestess. And if you look above her head, you see the moon. You can see the moon, or you can see the crown chakra, whatever comes to you. And right here, with where it is at, it is, to me, representation of knowledge, or even her, like, knowledge and intuition, her power, what she knows of you, or what's going on in the situation. Very, very strong energy. And here we have again, you see this dragon working with this energy coming from the cauldron. And then you have the world up in the corner and yin and yang in the other. It is a balance. There is balance, there's magic, there's energy. That is what you see in these cards. Same thing here. You see like the universe in the background, and you see at her feet water, or her legs, you know, the lower half. You see the water. What does water represent to you? Does that mean anything to you when you're looking at it in a reading? Here, in this card, you can see in her hand, she is holding energy, but that could also represent knowledge. And then you can see in her face that she knows something. She knows exactly what's going on. In her hand is a pomegranate, and behind the High Priestess and some of the other cards in the main Rider-Waite deck, you see pomegranates, and in her hand she holds pomegranate. What does that mean? What does the pomegranate mean? That could also mean something. It can mean something to those of us who, you know, have a deeper connection with, I guess you could say, the pomegranate, you know. It's something weird, but it can mean something to you or someone else, you know, even the person you're reading for. If you look, there's even a mist beneath her, and she is above the mist. She is above the cloak. She can see what you cannot. So look at the details. When you're doing a reading, don't look, you know, too deep. Just look and see what pops out to you, because that may have, and very likely has, a big meaning in your reading with the person you are reading for. So you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you're gonna check out Gnoce. And if you guys want to know what tarot cards were used in this video, please check the description down below. I will have links providing you with all the different tarot cards and where you can purchase them. One of them are very difficult to find. It is basically a collector's piece to me. I love collecting tarot cards, and it is something I had to search for forever, so you might not be able to find these cards for a cheap price. It's one card in particular. I'll let you know in the description below which one it is, because finding it cheap is not easy. Like, it runs to $200 and more to get. I got extremely lucky, and I was searching for a very long time for this card. But if you're interested, you can look in the description below. Also, I'll be providing all the links and information in the description from Gnoce and where you can find all of this awesome stuff. And I really do hope you guys will consider it and check it out, because it is a brand I really like a lot. I even have the screenshot of this charm sitting in my phone. I'll probably even like put it in here for you guys to see. But yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please keep your eyes open for more videos for Tarot Tuesday. I love tarot cards. I love doing these videos, and I hope to do some tarot card walkthroughs. If there's any cards you are interested in seeing in these videos that you know that I own, I will put them in future videos and let you guys check them out. But yeah, you guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe so that you can be part of the wolf pack. Talk to you guys later. Goodbye.